Imagine you're driving home late at night when suddenly, flashing lights appear in your rearview mirror. Your heart races. Do you know what to do next? One wrong move could land you in serious trouble. Getting pulled over by the police can be an incredibly stressful experience, even if you haven't done anything wrong. It's like that feeling you get when you accidentally open your front-facing camera, a sudden wave of panic and self-doubt. But unlike that selfie faux pas, a police encounter can have serious consequences. That's why it's crucial to know your rights and how to exercise them calmly and confidently. This video is your guide to navigating those flashing lights and coming out on the other side with your dignity and hopefully your freedom intact. Alright, first things first. Rule number 1: when those red and blue lights start flashing, don't panic. I know, easier said than done. Your heart's doing the cha-cha, your palms are sweatier than a penguin in a sauna, but trust me on this. The last thing you want to do is start acting like a character from a bad cop movie. No sudden movements, no back-talking, no trying to outrun the officer like you're in a Fast and Furious sequel. Not only is it incredibly dangerous, but it's also a surefire way to escalate the situation and make your life a whole lot more complicated. Take a deep breath, put on your best. I'm calm, I'm collected, I totally didn't forget to use my blinker face, and keep your hands visible on the steering wheel. Remember, you have rights, and we're going to talk about those, but the first step is to stay calm and respectful, even if you feel like the officer isn't extending you the same courtesy. You've heard it on every cop show ever. You have the right to remain silent. But here's the thing. It's not just a catchy line for dramatic effect. It's a fundamental right enshrined in the Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And no, you don't need to be a constitutional scholar or a card-carrying member of the ACLU to invoke it. Here's the deal. If the officer starts asking you questions, especially those seemingly innocent ones like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" or "Where are you coming from?" remember this. You are under no obligation to have a casual chat with law enforcement. You can politely, and I emphasize politely, decline to answer by saying something like, "Officer, I am exercising my right to remain silent." Think of it like this. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And let's be honest, even the most innocent comment can be twisted and misinterpreted, especially when there's a badge and a notepad involved. So when in doubt, zip it. You have that right. Okay, let's talk about your ride. Now, contrary to what you might see on some of those reality TV shows, your car is not an open invitation for a police search party. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures, and that includes your vehicle. Now, this is where things can get a little tricky. An officer might ask you for permission to search your car. They might even try to sweet-talk you into it, but here's the thing. You have every right to say no, and I encourage you to do so politely but firmly. "Officer, I do not consent to any searches." Keep in mind they might try to pressure you, but stand your ground. Without your consent, they need probable cause. That is, a reasonable belief that you've committed a crime, or a warrant signed by a judge to search your car. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Remember, you're not being difficult. You're just exercising your constitutional rights. Chapter 4. Lights, camera, legal action, recording the encounter. We live in a digital age, folks. Everyone's got a camera in their pocket these days, and that includes you. And here's the good news. In most cases, it is perfectly legal to record your interaction with the police. In fact, it's a good idea. Think of it as an extra layer of protection, a way to ensure that everyone is on their best behavior. Now, before you hit that record button, it's always a good idea to inform the officer. "Officer, I am recording this interaction for my safety." This helps avoid any misunderstandings and ensures that you're not doing anything sneaky or illegal. Keep in mind, though, that while you have the right to record, you can't interfere with the officer's duties. So, no using your phone as a weapon or trying to distract them from doing their job. Just keep it rolling in the background and let it serve as a silent witness to your encounter. Chapter 5. When in doubt, lawyer up your right to an attorney. Alright, let's say things have escalated. Maybe the questioning has gotten a little too intense, or maybe you're being detained. This is where your trusty friend, the Sixth Amendment, comes into play. This little gem guarantees you the right to an attorney, and it's not just for after you've been arrested. If you feel like you're in over your head, if the questions are making you sweat more than a game of hot yoga, you have the right to politely request legal counsel. "Officer, I would like to speak to an attorney." And here's the kicker. Once you've uttered those magic words, the questioning has to stop. Think of it like a legal get-out-of-jail-free card. The police are legally obligated to cease all questioning until you've had a chance to consult with an attorney. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Chapter 6. Busted Rights, Your Guide to Fighting Back. Let's be real. Sometimes even when you know your rights, things can go wrong. Maybe an officer oversteps their bounds, or maybe your rights are blatantly violated. What do you do then? First and foremost, do not engage in any physical altercation. Resisting arrest, even if you believe it's unlawful, will only make your situation worse. Instead, focus on gathering information. Try to remember as much as you can. Badge numbers, patrol car details, officer names, any identifying information you can get your hands on. And once you're safely away from the situation, contact a lawyer immediately. They can help you file a complaint and explore your legal options. Remember, you have rights and you have a voice. Don't be afraid to use them. Chapter 7. Location, Legal Rights, Know Your State Laws. Here's the thing about the law. It's got a bit of a choose-your-own-adventure vibe going on. What flies in one state might get you a one-way ticket to jail in another. For instance, some states have what's called a stop and identify law, which means you're legally required to provide your name and identification to the police if you're stopped. Other states, not so much. Similarly, the rules around exiting your vehicle during a traffic stop can vary. In some places, you're good to stay put, while in others, stepping out of your car is mandatory. The point is, knowing your local laws is like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. It arms you with the knowledge you need to navigate these situations confidently and avoid any nasty surprises. So, do your homework, folks. A little legal research can go a long way. Chapter 8. Spread the word, not the fear outro and call to action. So, there you have it, folks. Your crash course in surviving a police encounter. Remember, knowing your rights isn't about being difficult or trying to outsmart the law. It's about protecting yourself, ensuring that you're treated fairly, and frankly, it's about maintaining your dignity in a situation that can often feel dehumanizing. Share this video with your friends, your family, your weird uncle who always seems to have run-ins with the law. The more people who know their rights, the safer we all are. And hey, if you found this video even remotely helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more legal advice that doesn't put you to sleep. And remember, stay informed, stay safe, and most importantly, stay free. Outro, stay informed, stay safe. Look, I know what you're thinking. John, this all sounds a bit serious for a YouTube video about legal rights. And you're right, it is. But here's the thing. Knowing your rights during a police encounter shouldn't feel like a luxury. It should be as basic as knowing how to change a tire or make a decent cup of coffee. It's about empowering yourself, about leveling the playing field, and about ensuring that everyone, regardless of race, ethnicity, or socioeconomic background, is treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. So, do yourself a favor, brush up on your rights, share this video with your friends, and let's make sure that everyone knows how to navigate those flashing lights without getting lost in the system.